because he's already bugged us about it. Hi, Roy.
Hi, Roy.
Roy,
Getting that out there because I'm assuming he's still there in the chat.
Yeah.
how's it going, Roy?
Name ain't Roy.
He already said that tonight too, actually. He was preemptive in the chat as I was setting up
Oh, okay.
because Dallas told him 7:00.
Oh, okay. That
But
makes
it's all
sense.
good.
That makes sense.
Video. That's the problem.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I will tell you, going forward, it's 7:30. We made that decision last
Yeah.
night.
Okay, sounds groovy.
Okay. And yes, I am recording.
He's
Yeah, 'cause
live.
more often because for like a month and a half, my schedule was so I would be just getting off at 7 every night, like every Friday night, and it made like recording an issue, so we just
Mhm.
bumped it to 7:30.
That's fair.
And now that I'm getting off at 5 for the most part, and it's like, oh, okay, just give me enough time to do what I need to do instead of having to go either run by the apartment, my wife hands me food, go here, or go grab something on the way.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's
And
why
and when you get off at 5, you got plenty of time to just finish getting ready.
Mm-hmm.
to be fair, this is the exact reason why Geek Devotion starts at 7 on Mondays, because we hit the season where we're like rushing to get in to get things
Mhm.
done.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. I get that.
Well, you're gonna start hearing yourself double because Facebook. Leave.
Fair.
There we go. Go away. All right, we're good.
No,
Ah.
I don't want to go away.
Roy went to dinner. We
Ah.
just missed him.
Dang. What's he eating?
I don't know. It just says he's eating dinner.
Is that gonna share?
Yeah, Retro. We know you've got that Wonka tech where we can just reach through the TV and grab whatever you're eating. You could give us a
He
cookie.
was depriving the crew of cookies during the Retro Rewind stream the other day.
Oh, I see how it is.
Ashley made fresh baked cookies. He's like, I got cookies. Ha ha ha.
Oh, that's just rude.
Roy's being a cookie monster over there.
Uh-huh.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Somebody clip this and send it to him.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you know what I haven't done yet? I
What's
haven't
that?
shared this out to anybody.
Oh yeah, that might be helpful, Drew.
we're live. I just haven't
Yes.
gone and said, "Oh, hey, y'all, come watch us."
I've been sharing you out already.
Oh, I appreciate
yeah,
that.
it's appreciated, Dallas.
Gotcha.
I'll skip the ones we have in common then.
Well, I've just been sharing it to the Devoted Geek Life.
Ah.
I'm, gonna share it on, I'm about to share it on my Discord. At here?
Do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Sports Center?
I don't know. That's just where my brain went.
I was like, hold on. The guy who doesn't do sports at all is like, does the
Because-
ESPN theme?
Because it's a prominent one. It's an easy to remember jingle, and half
Yeah.
the time I forget it's ESPN.
Okay, fair
That's
enough.
fair. That's fair.
That is fair. Oh my gosh. Ugh. It has
I'm not a sports guy
been
either.
it has been a month, people. It has been a month.
Tell me about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
in
looked
between,
up and I was like, oh my gosh, it's almost the end of the month.
yes. Yes, and my lovely wife is a teacher in New Summerfield, which is just down the road from us. And I was told to they're doing a fall fest. It's like, you're coming, right? It's like, sure.
After you get me down to the Ford House tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's yeah, that's afternoon. That's like late
Yeah.
afternoon.
Courthouse.
No, the Ford House.
Ford
Oh,
House.
Ford.
Yeah, his vehicle's having issues.
Yes,
Yeah, he was
I
telling
told him
about
about that.
Ah,
Like, good golly.
Everything happening at the same time.
fair.
Yeah, it's his life,
That
my
is fair.
brother.
Mm-hmm. That being said, I've got a lot of the stuff out of here already. So
That's good.
in the Hall of the Mountain King. I mean, that's what he was humming.
I didn't know. That's
It's just
a good
voices that
ear.
come to my head.
I only know that because I learned how to play it back in when I was in band on the tuba.
Oh, okay.
And the fact that it's used in part of the beginning of theme song to Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Of course. The funny one, not the epic one.
Oh, okay.
I know that one. Because of Sonic.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
Carla
Mama.
and Mike.
That's
Is
my
that your
mama.
mom? Hi, Mom.
All right. Are y'all ready to get started on this?
Let's rock and roll.
All right. Let's do it.
The Cellcast is recorded in front of a live streaming audience.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Cellcast. Joining me today is a man who just wants to drink a soda pop. Welcome, Jacob.
Oh man, it's just like you gassy and you get bloated. It's just like, man, it's just like good night. I could do that 20 years ago, but good night anymore? No, absolutely not. Why? Thank you.
Your wife definitely won't let you.
No, she will let me have a soda. I was going to drink a lot of water first.
Fair.
Why? Thank you.
Meanwhile,
introduce our co-host. Dallas's expression.
I think we broke Dallas before we even got him introduced.
I think we did. I think we honestly did. Why? Thank you. Let me introduce our co-host, a man who just cannot get rid of a certain dopey looking dog. Welcome, Drew.
Dog? What dog?
Oh, cat. Sorry, cat. That made more sense. Cat. Dopey looking cat.
Aye. We're starting off wonderfully tonight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Also joining us this evening is a man who's confused about where he's ended up tonight. Welcome, Dallas.
Hello.
From Geek Devotions.
Yes.
I'm stuck in the middle of 22, and I'm very confused.
Welcome to the party, pal.
I stay that way.
It happens.
Oh
So
my
yes,
gosh.
tonight we are reviewing the Netflix sensation of the year,
Mhm.
K-pop Demon Hunters, which admittedly was not on my list until about a month ago. Fair.
It wasn't what I thought I was watching either.
My apologies. That is my fault.
Wait, what?
Originally in this slot for tonight
Yeah.
was going to be Lupin the Third, The Mystery of Mamo, the very first Lupin the Third movie, based solely on the fact that the first line of the synopsis of Wikipedia mentioned Dracula's castle.
Oh, okay.
And then I saw this movie. I thought, we need to review this. Where can we put this in at? And then I completely forgot Dallas had already signed on for Lupin. My apologies. That's my fault.
I found out a week ago.
I thought it was 2 weeks ago.
Maybe. I don't know. Time doesn't exist for me anymore.
But hey, at least it's very widely available on Netflix. Obviously,
Yes.
I don't know where that's sitting on Netflix right now, but it's
Still in the top 10 last I checked.
Yeah.
But here's a fun fact. A week from tonight, you can go watch it in the theater.
What?
Yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters is going to be back in theaters on Halloween night.
Wow.
Ooh, that sounds like an interesting night.
I have a feeling I'm busy, even though I'd like to go see it again.
Yeah,
But
but with your situation, yeah.
yeah. But why don't we go ahead and get into our spoiler-free thoughts on this film?
Certified fresh and spoiler free.
This is my second time to watch the movie.
Mm.
This time I actually watched the sing-along version just because I was wanting to see if they actually translated the Korean lyrics into English, because I am just curious what they're saying in those spots.
Yeah.
They didn't. But this was not on my list to watch when I first heard it earlier this year, because I mean, K-pop Demon Hunters, for whatever reason, just in the title didn't really check any box for me to jump in. I thought, okay, this is going to be a quick cash grab. I was half expecting. And then, of course, it blew up on the internet. A friend of mine that, back during the waterfall incident, he told me to watch it, which that guy, Chase,
Mhm.
if he tells you to watch something that is outside his purview like this is,
Mm.
that kind of tells you should.
Oh, wow.
But I ended up watching it when I got home finally after the waterfall incident, and I decided I had to get that on the list to get it reviewed. And then, yeah, as I said earlier, I forgot to tell people.
And poor Dallas, you had 5 days to watch it.
I think it was closer to 10, but
Okay.
tomato.
Well, at least it was one of the
Anna,
situations.
Anna.
Well, at least it was one of the situations where you had to go buy the Blu-ray, which would take 2 days to get here, and then have to watch it, review it.
Right.
Yeah, because those are lovely experiences.
Mhm.
I do want to put this out there for anyone who's worried that since it is called Demon Hunters. Yes, there are creatures in this that would be classified as demon-esque.
Yeah.
But demon in this instance, I think, really means more monster than anything else. And most of the demons are villains anyway. So I think you're still fine letting your kids watch this, though. Granted, if it's outside of if your conviction doesn't allow you, don't let me make you betray your conviction.
I wouldn't let my little ones watch it.
Yeah, that might
probably
be a
not.
little on the scary side.
Yeah.
But
12 years old, maybe 11, 12 years old.
yeah,
but-
teenagers, preteens, teenagers, that area
Mhm.
would probably be fine.
Sure.
But yeah, Jacob.
Honestly, I had seen commercials for this or like on YouTube or whatever, and I was like, K-pop Demon Hunters doesn't sound interesting. And then you hear those jingles about or no, it'd be like on like reels or something like that. They would use the song in the background or something like that.
Right.
You know, like, oh, expenses paid too, and you hear that song in the background. I'm like, what in the world is that from?
Yeah.
And then I see it on the docket, and it's like, oh, okay, it's on Netflix. Okay. So I sit down the other day and watch it. I'm like, okay, my mind is completely blown. Like, this is incredible. This is absolutely incredible movie that I was expecting it to be like, because I heard it and it was okay, it's a series. And it's like, okay, I'm not gonna have time for that. But it was, oh, it's a movie? Okay. Game on. Let's go.
Well, then you had the worry. It's like, okay, Sony sold this to
Mhm.
Netflix. How good could it be?
Right.
I mean, now Sony's just kicking themselves in the butt for letting not actually putting this in
Oh,
theaters
yeah.
themselves.
Absolutely. I guarantee the heads of Sony right now are just like palm facing right now. It's like, what did we just do? But apparently they're coming out with sequels, so now it's got to be,
Who knows?
yeah, something like that. But I was thoroughly impressed with this story. It's got so many layers, so many elements to it, and like animation, story, characters, everything about it just screams amazing.
Mhm.
Screams like, go watch this. Go watch it in theaters
If you can.
if you can. Overall, I was thoroughly impressed with it, and there are little things here and there, but I think overall this is an incredible film. That be like, it's not shocking at all that it's one of the biggest things on Netflix right now. And a coworker, I was asking, be like, have you heard of this? And it's like, oh yeah, my daughter, this is her thing right now. Is like watched it 10 times. I'm like,
I
okay,
can see that.
yeah.
I'll tell you this: it's better than Frozen by a long
I'm gonna
shot.
Say the same stinking
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So before I steal anything else Dallas was going to say, Dallas, what are your spoiler-free thoughts?
I mean, mine is like a lot of what you guys saying. Like, I didn't know what it was at first. Celeste and I watched it months ago when it first dropped.
Mhm.
We were actually looking for something for Geek Devotions to do.
Oh,
And,
right.
It was when we didn't have a theme month going on, and when we don't have a theme month, we're trying to stay up with stuff. And we saw this was coming out. It sounded interesting. I was like, let's check it out. We like Korean dramas.
Mhm.
And so we're like, yeah, we'll check it out. It was kind of anime style. And we were both pleasantly surprised by it. Like, the music was a hit. I don't do musicals. We'll start with that phraseology right there. That's not my jam. I just,
Mhm.
especially old school musicals. And we've narrowed it down to it's because there's a musical pitch that they hit in a lot of the old school stuff that's just a needle into my
Fair.
Fair.
And but this one, I mean, the music was lit, the animation was gorgeous,
Mhm.
and it was just a fun story. Like, we walked out of the movie going, this was good, this was real fun. And of course it blew up afterwards, and you got people singing all the time, and
Mhm.
Mhm.
you know, it's fun.
It has become a cultural phenomenon.
Yes. So on that note, let's go ahead and discuss go through the spoiler-filled section of our review of this phenomenon, which I want to go do after I say phenomenon.
Ramadan.
The following is a spoiler-filled review for the film K-Pop Demon Hunters. Listener discretion is advised. K-Pop Demon Hunters was written and directed by Maggie Kang, in which this is her directorial debut.
Whoa.
Previously, she worked on the animation department for many animated films.
Oh.
This is also directed by Chris Applehans, written and directed by Chris Applehans, who also directed Wish Dragon, which we reviewed on the show, 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 or 3 years ago? I don't quite remember how far back it was. It was also written by Danya Jimenez, Hannah McMecken, Bo Yeon Kim, and Erica Lippold. Getting into the cast, for Huntrix, we've got Arden Cho as Rumi, who in Teen Wolf played Kira Yukimura. Mei Hong as Mira, who played Margot Park in Tales of the City. Not sure what that was, but it was about the only thing that she was well known for. Ji Young Yu played Zoe, and in Until Dawn, she played Megan.
Oh.
Ken Jeong played Bobby, and he was Senior Chang in Community.
Ah.
And Yujin Kim was Celine, and she played Sun Hua Kwan in Lost. For the Saja Boys, we got An Hyo Sip. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing names. Who voiced Jinu. And in something called Dr. Romantic, he played Dr. Seo Woo Jin. I have a feeling that's a K-drama. Joel Kim Booster played Romance Saja, and he was Nicholas in something called Loot. Alan Lee played Mystery Saja, and he was Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat 1 from 2023. Sun Wan Cho played Abby Saja, and in Agretzko, he played Hyodo. So Hello Kitty's been involved in this in a way.
Interesting.
And Lee Byung-hun was the voice of Guima. And in the Netflix TV series Squid Game, he was Frontman, which I believe was the main villain of that show. I still need to finish Squid Game.
I got to a point of it and I had to stop because I was having too much emotions about it.
Fair enough. The singing voices for Huntrix were EJ, Audrey Nuna, and Ray Ami. And EJ was also involved in writing the songs How It's Done, Golden, Your Idol, and What It Sounds Like. The singing voices for the Saja Boys were Andrew Choi, Neckwave, Danny Chung, Kevin Wu, and Samuel Lee. Danny Chung was also involved in writing How It's Done and Soda Pop.
Cool.
Kingdom Hearts connections. How many y'all want to bet we have? Guess we have.
I'm going to go with 5.
I'm going to go 4.
Y'all should have gone lower.
Oh.
It was 2.
Oh.
Dose. Ah.
Peter Michael was additional voices in K-Pop Demon Hunters, and he played Sarge in Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
On the Toy Story level. John Eric Bentley was additional voices in both, and that's it.
Okay.
So, Jacob, what do we got in info and stuff?
I'm good. Minus yawning. I'm good. IMDb has a 7.9 in it, 7.9 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes has a 95. Available to watch on Netflix if you have a subscription to Netflix. Physical media, it does have physical release. International version at newegg.com for $13.95. Production was Sony Pictures Animation, or also known as Sony Pictures Imageworks. Distributed by Netflix. Runtime is 100 minutes. Its rating is PG. It was released on June 2nd, 2025. Its box office, more recent box office, it had an estimated budget of $100 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And these numbers are probably not fully correct, but this is what the current data says, is that it's only made currently in its worldwide gross $18 million.
That is probably not including however Netflix figures out how much something makes.
No. Just
Because this is blown up on Netflix for the past 3 months.
yeah, Netflix doesn't release that, or Netflix or any of the most streaming platforms
Mhm.
don't release that data.
Right.
All right, so let's see. It debuted in 170 theaters, dethroning the 698 theaters released for Netflix. Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery movie in 2022.
Oh wow.
It was initially projected to gross $18 to $20 million in opening weekend. The company's best performing theater release, beating out Glass Onion, which made $13.1 million in 2022. It was the first Netflix film to finish in first place over the weekend. Netflix, let's see, did not report grosses like they normally do. They don't do that. In the United States and Canada, K-pop Demon Hunters made $19.9 million ahead of Weapons, which was expected to maintain its first maintain in first during its third week. And yeah, because right now, be like, if you want the film physically, you can go to newegg.com and buy it there. And that's the international version.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I found it.
I don't think I've ever bought movies off of Newegg.
I can't say I have either.
And everybody's typing furiously to go find this movie.
I've only ever bought computer parts.
Yeah. That being said, there it is.
Yeah, international version, Blu-ray.
Holy crap. $14, baby.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Not to be confused with the Holy Night Demon Hunters Korean movie.
Okay, then, because I don't see that one on my list.
Or the Demon Hunters Romance Chinese production Blu-ray.
Oh, it is shipped from China. And then you have to pay $10 shipping. So this is $23.95.
It's $23.95. Okay, I didn't see that part.
But
Obviously, it's coming from China. They're like, come on, Netflix, just put it on physical media. Put it out here in the United States for all of us who enjoy animation. Can enjoy it at home without going back to Netflix.
Is this region locked? Like, will this work over here?
I don't know.
Possibly. I don't know.
I'm really interested.
There's only 3 Blu-ray regions, so
You have blown my mind, Jacob. Thank you.
You are most welcome.
I've learned something new today.
So yeah, that is all I have for info and stuff.
all right, getting into the summary. Long ago, demons preyed on humans, feeding their souls to their ruler Guima. Eventually, 3 women became demon hunters and used their singing voices to create a magical barrier against demons called the Han Moon. As time passed, new trios of hunters emerged to maintain the Han Moon, with the ultimate goal of strengthening it into the Golden Han Moon, a final seal that would banish demons permanently. In the present, the K-pop girl group Huntrix, comprised of Rumi, Mira, and Zoe, are the latest demon hunting trio trained by former hunter Celine. Rumi is secretly half demon, a fact known only to her and Celine, who raised Rumi. Disquieted by the demonic patterns gradually spreading across her skin, Rumi pushes toward the release of and live performance of Huntrix's new single, Golden, hoping it will turn the Han Moon gold and thereby erase her patterns. However, as they prepare for the performance, Rumi begins to lose her voice. In the demon world, Guima grows enraged at his minions' failures. 5 demons, led by former human Genu, form a boy band called the Saja Boys to steal Huntrix's fans and weaken the Han Moon in exchange for Guima erasing Genu's human memories. Watching their debut, Huntrix quickly discover the Saja Boys' demonic nature and attack them after a variety show. As they fight, Genu discovers Rumi's patterns, but helps hide them from her bandmates. Meeting privately, Genu tells Rumi that feelings of shame enslave demons through voices from Guima, and tells her that 400 years prior, Guima granted him a beautiful voice that helped his family emerge from poverty, but then condemned him to the demon world. Genu now lives with guilt over his family's downfall. As the Saja Boys grow more popular, the Han Moon is weakened, allowing more demon attacks to occur. With the Idol Awards approaching, Huntrix rushed to produce a new song, Takedown, to expose the Saja Boys. Rumi's discomfort with the song's harsh, demon-hating lyrics strains her relationship with Mira and Zoe. Rumi proposes a plan to Genu. If he helps Huntrix win the Idol Awards and strengthen the Han-Moon, he could freely stay in the human world. Later, Rumi tells Genu that her shame about her demon heritage weakened her voice, but talking with him healed it. Genu says that he no longer hears voices thanks to Rumi and agrees to sabotage the Saja Boys. Guima summons Genu, reminds him of the truth that he abandoned his family for a life of wealth and comfort, then threatens to amplify the tormenting voices if he reneges on their deal. At the Idol Awards, Huntrix performs Golden, having chosen to shelve Takedown due to the confrontation it caused between them. However, imposter demons sent by Genu lure Mira and Zoe away from Rumi, while two other demons impersonate them to trick Rumi into performing Takedown, during which they publicly reveal her patterns. She flees the stage and runs into the real Mira and Zoe, who feel betrayed upon learning of her hiding her demon nature and collusion with Genu with them. Rumi confronts Genu for tricking her, and he admits to lying about his past. Guima, strengthened by the influx of consumed souls and decaying Han-Moon, enters the human world and casts a trance over the public, including Mira and Zoe, drawing them to the Saja Boys' final performance. A desperate Rumi meets with Selene and asks her to end her life. Selene refuses and discusses plans to restore the status quo. Rumi lashes at Selene for never fully loving her and repudiates the now destroyed Han-Moon before abruptly leaving. Rumi then interrupts the Saja Boys' performance with an improvised new song addressing her own shame and self-acceptance, which breaks Mira and Zoe out of Guima's trance. Reunited, Huntrix fight back and free the crowd. Her apprentice, Genu, sacrifices himself to save Rumi from a direct attack by Guima, giving his restored soul to reinforce her. The empowered Huntrix defeat Guima and the remaining Saja Boys, resealing the demons and creating a new Han-Moon. Afterward, no longer ashamed of her patterns, Rumi celebrates with Mira and Zoe at the bathhouse spa, and they later meet their fans in public. Getting into the trivia for this, there is a deeper meaning to the name Saja Boys. The Korean word Saja can mean lion, and we see their logo and branding include lion imagery. However, in Korean folklore, Jeosung Saja are Grim Reaper figures who escort the souls of the dead to the afterlife. Typical depictions of Jeosung Saja show them wearing a black hanbok, which is that robe, and a hat, a wide-brimmed hat, just like the Saja Boys do in their demon forms. In an interview with Forbes, director Maggie Kang said that the Saja Boys share the same CG body, except for Abby Saja, because he's a little bit bigger, so they bulked him up like 20%.
That's fair. That's fair.
According to co-director Maggie Kang, the Maltese Tiger and Magpie duo, whose names were not revealed in the movie, are named Derpy and Sussy. And the reason why they can travel between the human world and the demon world is because they are not demons, but Korean supernatural creatures. She based them on a famous Korean folk painting of the tiger and the magpie. Originally, Chris Applehans wanted to have Derpy and Sussy be the narrators of the film, as not only explain that they are not demons and that they are just Korean supernatural creatures, but as an homage to the two deleted characters from one of Chris's favorite movies, Anastasia, named Masha and Jean-Claude. However, Maggie Kang rejected the idea, not only because she couldn't find a voice actor and actress for them, but she found it too distracting with all the other multiple things in the film and a cheap way to talk down to its American audience who don't know much about Korean culture.
That's fair.
Director Maggie Kang revealed that the Saja Boys were inspired by Korean boy bands such as TXT, BTS, Stray Kids, ATEEZ, Big Bang, and Monsta X. The three members of Huntrix were modeled after K-pop girl groups like ITZY, Blackpink, and Twice. Several extra stories were cut from the movie to keep down the runtime. Among them were Huntrix and Saja Boys competing in a physical sports arena, and Genu's sister growing up to be the first hunter.
Oh my gosh.
The main antagonist is named Guima, which is spelled backwards in Korean for Ma-Gui, which means demon. Netflix Shop launched a series of K-pop Demon Hunters related merch, such as movie accurate clothing and glow sticks for cosplay, t-shirts, and Funko Pops. However, the most popular item was a plush of Derpy the Tiger, which sold out within 2 hours.
Can we rewind? Netflix has a shop?
Apparently.
I had no idea. I'm learning so much today.
According to Maggie Kang, finding voice actors for the roles proved challenging since she wanted Korean actors for authenticity, but they also needed to be fluent in English. An Hyo-sup, the voice of Jinu, starred in another Netflix production called Business Proposal. Maggie Kang was watching it when a scene required him to answer his phone and speak in English, and she immediately said, "That's our Jinu."
Hmm.
Fun fact, the scene where Jinu and Rumi bump into each other is actually based on that scene from Business Proposal, from when those characters were introduced.
Huh.
In the Huntrix Tower scene, after the girls had their battle against the water demons in the men's bathhouse, and as Bobby is walking in with news of the Saja Boys' rise in popularity, the girls pull out folding makeup mirrors while covering up their battle wounds on their faces with makeup. Rumi's folding mirror is different from Zoe's and Mira's, as Rumi tossed hers at the beginning of the movie, tossed her matching mirror at the beginning of the movie during the skydive, during How It's Done.
Nice.
An Hyo-sup, the voice of Jinu, has stated that he would like to see Jinu return, if not only so that his tiger wouldn't be lonely without his human. The fate of baby Saja and romance Saja is still unknown, as Mira and Zoe abandon their fights to help Rumi. And lastly, Maggie Kang does have a cameo in the film. She is the flight attendant watering the plants with coffee at the beginning of the movie.
Ah.
And that's what I've got for trivia. Dallas, what's your first like for this film?
The Derpy Tiger.
Oh, yes.
Is the bright
Boop.
spot.
Boop.
It's
Boop.
freaking adorable. And I make the joke often. I like adorable things. That's why I married my wife. And it's just fun. And then like you get into like you find out about the deeper meaning of it. Like the tiger and the magwal, they're from a series of paintings. The tiger always represented the government. The magwal represented the people.
Mhm.
And so what he says, I made the hat, but I made it for the tiger, but the bird keeps taking it. It's because the hat represents authority. And so the people were taking it back from the stupid tiger.
Ah.
And so a lot of depth there, but just stinking adorable the entire time. By the way, they're saying my audio is low in the recording, apparently.
I have turned you up.
So anyways. But,
You are now at max and R, so if it's still too quiet, I can't do anything about it. It'll come out all right, though, in the final mix, probably, because I can bump it there.
I'll crank myself up a little bit. And so, but yeah, the tiger, like again, it was a great break from things without it being too distracting. And that's the thing is sometimes when you have something like the tiger and the magwal that's thrown in there, it can be like, why is this here? Like this is distracting from the story. And while it was a break for things, it played into the story as a whole also. And I like them. They're adorable, and I want to get a plushie.
Well, you're a couple days late.
They will probably re-release them. I do agree, Dallas. The Dopey the Tiger is
Derpy.
Sorry,
Derpy.
Derpy the Tiger. Derpy the Tiger is absolutely. I'll be like, I was the same way. It's like, wait, what is this thing coming through? It's like, oh my gosh, it's a demon with a crow. What the world is this? And the tiger is so distracted by the plant. It's just like tries to pick it over, knocks it over, picks it up, knocks it over.
It's amazing how quickly that broke the tension. You're just like, what's up with this thing?
It's like, oh my gosh, it's a new enemy. Oh no, it's distracted by the plant.
Eat her. Never mind.
It's gonna eat me.
Well, prior to figuring out what it was, he had a very dark feeling about him because we'd only ever seen him in the demon world.
True.
Yeah.
Prior to that point.
True. But yeah, it is it cuts the tension. Like anytime those two characters are in a scene, it's okay. Be like, let's level off a little bit, like calm things down a little bit because they're the comedic aspect of the film. And it's just more like they are kind of a cute couple of demon creatures.
So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Again, great tension, but again, I like the fact that it adds to the story also. And again, it's just another sign of the depth and cards on the table. I'm not an expert in Korean culture. I looked all this stuff up and
I don't
was
think
talking about it.
No.
Yeah,
Now,
I don't think any of the three of us are.
Right? Do I like K-dramas? Yeah, half the good anime that's out there from Korea. So this is all secondhand. So I don't want to come here like I'm the expert in this, but it does. It adds a really interesting depth to the story.
Mm-hmm. Jacob.
My first like is I'm going to say brilliant animation. This movie is so masterfully animated because what I understand is that it's the same team behind
It's a lot of the same people.
A lot of the same team from Into the Spider-Verse and beyond like that. You know what I mean?
Yes. Across the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse. I always get those mixed up.
And they are working on Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, they're working on
now.
Beyond. I'm curious what they're going to do with Beyond. I'm really interested now.
Hopefully finish the story.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Finish the story, people. Don't drag us into another 8 years.
It's like we're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of the first movie of this trilogy.
Hey, that would be like a masterpiece takes time to do everything.
Fair.
Michelangelo did not chisel David in a day.
Took 2 days.
Yes.
2 days. Okay. Yeah, he double timed on that one. Like, get my commission done. No, but like
It would have taken a day, but Mikey likes to party.
This is cool.
Yeah. Yuck. Hey, cowabunga. No, but I'd be like the animation is so brilliant. Be like you from fight choreography to dance choreography to just general character expressions to like how the characters how their weight of the characters be like you take Rumi, you take Mira, you take the third one, what's her name? Hold on.
Zoe.
Thank you. I am terrible with names, people. If you've watched our show, I am terrible with names. Be like halftime, I'm like, what's my name again? But
Jakob.
Jakob. Either or. Be like, I adore this animation. It's Sony took what they learned from the Spider-Verse films, applied it to this project, just went full force animation, and it's just I think Drew said it best to be like you have with Spider-Verse, you have more, it's all 3D environments or 2D environments with 3D elements.
Mhm.
Where with this, it's 3D environments with 2D environment or flipped it.
Yeah.
But either or, be like
Spider-Verse is a 2D movie with
Yeah.
a lot of 3D
Yeah.
elements in
That's
order to
what
make
I'm
it
saying.
go work better.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a 3D movie with a lot of 2D elements added for comedy.
yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh my gosh. But yeah, just I adore the animation in this film. It's so sparkly and pretty. For the lack of word.
It's shiny.
Yes, it's shiny. Yeah, it's got the right be like when we're talking about the use of like environmental lighting and
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. As an artist, be like I'm starting to more delve into using different lighting and different color spectrums when it comes to lighting. It's like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, so good. I love it. Just want to eat it up. Give me more of this, Netflix.
I concur.
So yeah, that is my first like.
My first like for this is the music.
Oh yeah.
Come on, brother.
I'm a musical guy.
Mm.
I like musicals, and I've been in a couple musicals back when I was in high school theater.
Did you sing at that pitch I don't like?
I don't know because I don't know what exactly that pitch is. I am a second tenor, which basically means I'm baritone.
Oh, okay.
Or
Did you fart?
That's what
No,
it sounded like.
no, I roared.
Roar. But I have been in a couple of these, and I know how hard some of these things can be to sing.
Right.
So first off, I want to talk. And granted, yes, I know the singers of this are professional K-pop singers
Right.
on both sides, on both the Huntrix and the Saja Boys. But first off, let's talk about. I'm not a rap aficionado, but man, are all these girls spitting and how fast they're able to get these words out. That's what the phrase is, to my knowledge.
Yes.
They definitely
They-
as far as hip hop goes, the
Yeah.
way that
Yeah.
they seamlessly integrate Korean into English, which is a common trope within K-pop itself of
Yeah.
doing that. but doing it with rhythm and speed.
Mhm.
It's an art that I love. One of my favorite
Yeah.
artists is a guy named T-Bone, and he's an old school Christian rap artist. He's still doing stuff today, but he often did that. And to me, that's to be able to think like that, but then
Yeah.
also to make it all happen. It's awesome to listen to.
If you have never tried to even just keep up with that, trying to not necessarily singing along, because I don't know if you can technically call that singing technically, but I mean, if you never tried to try and just get words out that fast, you don't know how hard it is. I have tried, because I try to sing along with Weird Al and on things like White and Nerdy, and some of that is very hard to get out.
Yeah.
And when you're singing along in the car, and this is faster, so
Yeah.
I'm already impressed with that, both in takedown and in how it's done. But then specifically on how it's done, when Rumi hits that high note, I that blew me away. Like, apparently she starts off kind of at a low voice, kind of almost alto. When she gets to because the last line is when the dawn meets the light, or the dark meets the light, and as she hits light, she goes one note, and then she goes up another one, and just as the other girls are coming back in, she goes even higher. And I'm like, wow, you have got some pipes. And then right after that, the girl who's singing for Zoe, she does the I don't know what you call it, the ad-libbing part and in the next bit, and she hits those high notes too. And I'm like, how are y'all hitting these high notes? I am seriously impressed. I am seriously impressed. And then you get into looking at things like the lyrics. Have y'all looked at the lyrics for Soda Pop?
Yeah, they're interesting.
Yeah, they are literally talking about drinking people.
Yes.
Exactly what they're planning on doing. They're literally talking about consuming other people's souls by saying, you're the one I think of the I don't even remember the whole thing. I don't have the lyrics in front of me at the moment. But wow, that's interesting. And then you get to the combination of Your Idol and This Is What It Sounds Like, which in my mind, I'm sorry, that's one song. That is not two songs. It's listed as two songs. I consider that one song. It's just, as in your typical musical fashion, it's this long section with a little bit of acting in between. little bits here, like you have in a musical, but that whole bit, including as This Is What It Sounds Like, if it's finished, and you can hear a callback to parts of Golden in that. It's like, oh, this is so good. This is so stinking good.
Lyrically, it's just really fascinating all the way through. Like,
great
that you're both of you hitting on like my second like. One of my, at least I have several likes, so I'm running out of things to talk about. But lyrically, man, like you said, like that Soda Pop one, it did such a great job of like highlighting the intent. Like they weren't hiding.
No, they're not hiding it at all. And it is a very catchy tune.
Yeah,
it is
a very catchy tune. And then you look at what it's saying, and you know the actual context that they're saying it in. It's like, wow, you really are tricking people into singing about how they're gonna let you kill them.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the thing, is like, and that, again, it's spiritualizing it for a little bit. I mean, the enemy, he doesn't hide anything, puts it out there, but he just he makes it in a way that you're like, oh, I'm okay with this. This is fine.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was just every song hits in a different way, in such a beautiful way. And interesting note about the music though, and I learned this from some folks who are hardcore K-pop fans. The music styles that the boys do, the way it evolves from like slight and fluffy, hey, we're the pretty boys, all of a sudden it's like, holy crap, it's dark and evil.
Yeah.
That is a natural progression of every K-pop boy band in history.
My understanding is my understanding is the Saja Boys are supposed to be hitting on like every single boy band K-pop trope. That's why one is mysterious and one is got a really great body, and one is literally babyfied or infantilized, and they call him Baby.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Man,
they literally were programmed to be the perfect boy band.
Yes,
that sold well.
And it's still selling well.
Yes.
Yes, very well.
But one last little thing connected to the music is the song Golden.
Mhm.
And there,
Great song.
I love Golden. It's a great little song, and it explains, like, it's the closest thing we get to any explanation of the girls' backstories
Mhm.
since the actual scenes with the girls' backstories were
Mhm.
cut. But the part I liked, the part that hit me the most was the reveal of Rumi being part demon.
Mhm.
Because you're sitting there watching that and you can see Zoe and Mira in one dressing room and they're, you know, having a good time as they're getting ready. And the camera goes over and you see Rumi by herself. And my first thought was, why is Rumi by herself? Is she that much of a prima donna that she has to have her own dressing room? What's going on there? And then as that part goes on, you realize, oh, she has to have her own dressing room
Mhm.
because she can't show her marks.
Yeah.
And and it's like that whole section is like they never come right out and say it until like after the song. But I mean, that moment of realization where it's like,
Mhm.
oh, that's what's going on. And then you think back to some of the other things, because they mentioned like how in the beginning they mentioned how all the demons have weird smiles.
Mhm.
Did you see the smile on Rumi's face when she showed back up in her costume and brought the costumes to Zoe and Mira on the couch? That was definitely a demon smile. It's weird, cool things like that. But yeah, the music and everything they did with the music in this, the music video ishness of those sections, I just really, really liked and really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Dallas, what's your second like?
I think you guys took all mine.
Sorry.
The animation's gorgeous. I love the way they did it. The way that they incorporate like the manga style within some of the way they did the characters when they go kind of semi chibi for a moment. Like when they're all sitting there and they're all like they're like, let's get him.
Yeah.
Just the way the faces do stuff. And just it's the detail of the art all the way around. Like the small details, like the fact like they're in the when the soda pop scene and there's the moment they have the corn dog. That's a Korean corn dog, and that's why they're putting stuff on, which by the way, it's pretty good. Just make sure you have the stuff on it, otherwise it's kind of bland. Unless you get the ones with the cheese in it. That's pretty lit. I was listening to a commentator talk about it. And they were talking about how even the details like the way they said ramen. They didn't say ramen. They said
ramyeon.
Yeah, ramyeon, which is Korean ramen, which is different from Japanese ramen. But we all go, oh, it's all ramen. It's not. It's different noodle, different setup. So, again, just artistically throughout the entirety of the film, it was beautiful to see, and the way to see things sync up with the music at the same time. Like when the beats hit in certain ways, and they had the Hamon glow at certain moments, and it was fascinating. I did really like also this one scene where it was right after Rumi's voice was just not doing good, and they're dealing with all the Soja boys, and they're like, we got to do something about this. And the manager, he's like, I'm having a panic attack, and he turns around and he looks out the window, and he's like, it's fine. And there's the girls, all they see is everything falling apart. They're like, this has to end now.
Yes, let's end it now. That is a funny moment. It's like,
It is.
It's just so nice to look at on everything, and they're looking at and just seeing the Han Moon with giant tears and it all across, and demons coming out. And
Right.
poor Bobby, he doesn't know anything's going on.
No.
But there's so many moments that are just striking to me, like the scene at the end, at the end of the second act, when after the concert and the two girls are outside and they see the Hamon ripping apart over the dome, like it's just falling apart. Like that was just genuinely beautiful and striking to see that take place. So that's one of my big lights. I dig the music. The music's lit. I mean,
Music's incredible.
it's in my head, and I need to.
It's literally the soundtrack was just like humming in the back of my head all day, and I was like, it's like I couldn't be like I can't remember any of the lyrics, but it's just more like the beat and the rhythm and everything. It's just like, man, this is good, so freaking good. Yeah.
Oh yes. Jacob, what's your second like?
And be like, I want to point, be like, also from narration point, be like, the music does, what was I going to say? Like music does when don't you love when you're trying to you're trying to say something and you
Mhm.
go blah, love it, right? No, but the music does inform you of what's going on with the story, like any good musical would. And I thought, just, bring that up. It's really good.
On
So-
that note, just real quickly, why I think this music works as a music works as a musical better than most musicals
Okay.
is because all of the music is diegetic. It's all happening in universe. They're
That is
not
true.
breaking into song
That is true.
for the sake of the audience.
Right.
They're in most cases they are breaking into song because they're performing this song.
Natural progression.
Like the one time it gets close to being non-diegetic is in the fight on the train. And even then it's like it feels like they are singing it in that moment because maybe they have to sing for their magic to work. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You never see them really fighting without singing. So
You know, that's an interesting thought. I wonder if that's part of the reason why I like this over your typical musical, because it's like there's something cringy when you're watching a film and all of a sudden a dude's just like, what is this? And he starts dancing and everyone's just awkwardly sitting there, and then they just get the cues. Yes, we all dance too.
yes,
And it's just
we all practiced this last night.
Yeah, exactly.
and then it stops. Everyone's just sitting there like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was organic. The music came out
Mhm.
naturally.
did.
It fit the scene. It fit the moment, and I like the fact that it wasn't perfect all the time, because it wasn't perfect for story purposes telling,
Mhm.
but there was that aspect to it.
Anyway, sorry, Jacob.
No, you're good, bro. You're good. My second, I'm gonna go a little theological here with this one. So it's striving against the darkness, as we know, sin. And this movie has this entire overlay of be like trying to push back the darkness, be like in this movie, it's more fighting demons or singing or what have you to take the Hamun, Hamun to keep the darkness, keep the demons away in order to protect the earth. And I just kept thinking, because it has there's these moments where definitely when we were with give me a second, I am terrible with names, blah 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 blah, dark side. Hold on. Well, that's always lovely. Sorry, guys.
He can't get to the Wikipedia list in time.
No. Hold on. Again, I am terrible with names. Absolutely horrible with them.
Who are you trying to come up with?
What's the main guy's name? What's his name?
The Genu?
Yeah, Genu. Thank you. Yeah, Genu. I'm absolutely horrible with names. So, So when Genu is talking to
Rumi?
Rumi, thank you. Wow. I apologize. Talking with Rumi about hearing the voices, hearing his quote unquote master, hearing his voice and be like all those negativity sounds. And I kept thinking, because with a person who, like, for myself personally, like I had mild depression, so like you just hear that negativity all the time. You hear that it's like, oh, you're worthless. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're this. And like me and my wife had a really deep conversation about that kind of stuff. I think the other day we got back from church. I had let all those negative emotions start, affecting me. And she was like, we were just talking through it. And I found that, like, after that, it was more like, okay, this is what a part of my life is going to be like this movie, because even though it's a Korean movie, you can take away from this movie is that sin is a real thing.
Right.
And like, even though you can talk to people who are, of the world and talk about how how you can talk about how we're controlled by our desires, we're controlled by our fleshly desires, and we are so just we want to be on top of everything and that kind of stuff. But I kept thinking about this one little verse kept popping in my head the entire time. and that would be Ephesians 6:12 through 13. And let me pull that up real fast.
Ephesians 6, 3 through 13.
Yes.
Man just said Ephesians 6.
That's true. It's like it's the entire thing, but that one little part was like just kept popping in my head. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against rulers, against authorities, against cosmic powers over this present darkness, against spiritual forces of evil in their heavenly places. Therefore, take on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having everything done to stand firm.
Word.
Yeah. So it was one of those, it was that verse that kept popping in my head watching this movie.
Mhm.
I kept thinking of it as like, as a Christian, be like, we are, because we always talk people like, if we're talking political or whatever, it's like, oh, the enemy is this, the enemy is this. It's like, no, like it's not a person. It's
Right.
it's not your political enemy. It's not your rival. That's be like the real thing you have to worry about as a Christian, as a born again believer, is Satan is going to try to tempt you to do everything he can to pull you away from God,
Mhm.
Right.
pull you away from your devotion to Christ, and make you believe everything. Because believe me, I hear it happen. Be like it's one of those things I do struggle with. It's been like you hear that negativity, you hear that little whisper in the back of your head. And it's a constant reminder that be like Christ is never going to leave you, never forsake you in any fashion or form.
Mm.
Be like, even though whatever darkness you're going through, he is going to be there at the end. He's me the light at the end of the tunnel. And I found that little bit of the movie, and it's like, you know what? That's got a good Christian allegory to it if you
Mhm.
applied it. So that's where I took with my second like.
I like it.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Drew.
My second like here is the relationship between Genu and Rumi,
Okay.
because in different circumstances, this would actually be a pretty good couple. I think they really do bounce off of each other well. One of my favorite moments is when he first, they're first talking to us. Is, oh, I want to talk to you about your marks, but first, I want to talk to you about your pants. Teddy bears and choo-choo trains.
Which, by the way,
Choo-choo.
you can buy those pants on Netflix.
Yes, you
I'm
can.
not surprised. I'm not doing it, but I'm not surprised.
You can, and
That-
Rumi's jacket.
Yeah. If you hurry, you can have a pretty decent Halloween costume. if you haven't done it yet. But oh man, their relationship, they just get along so well that by the time you get to the end, the fact that he does sacrifice himself for her
Mm-hmm.
is both it's sad and it's happy, and it does have you sitting there going, man, in the sequel they better find a way to get him out of that sword. Because while I don't want them to cheapen the sacrifice, at the same time,
Right.
Good night. But I like their relationship so much, but my favorite moment of that whole thing though is when they're at the dual signing, the last minute dual signing,
Mm-hmm.
and the little girl gives Genu the picture that says you
That
have a
moment.
beautiful soul.
Yeah.
And Rumi knows, even though they've been fighting this whole
Mhm.
scene, she says the thing he needed to hear more than anything else. Perhaps
Mhm.
those are the voices you should be listening to.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, y'all are so good for each other. Unfortunately, this is not going to happen
No.
in this movie. So yeah, I just love these. I don't ship characters unless the property itself ships them.
Right.
But I ship Genu and Rumi so much that I'm still mad at he had to sacrifice himself at the end for the movie to end. So yeah, Rumi and Genu's relationship is my second like for this.
Yeah, I'd be like, I do like the idea. Be like, Genu as a character. Be like, he's this character. Be like, if I can talk, the Genu as a character is be like like when we were first introduced to him, be like, oh, I have this grand idea. We can just go against them. Be like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I can use the gifts you gave me to ruin them. We can, you know, but like I can give you souls to feed on. And as he meets Rumi, his humanity starts to come back to him, even though he doesn't want it.
Yeah.
Right.
And you find this guy who is total, you know, like dwelling in darkness. Eventually, throughout the story, starts to become he starts falling in love with Rumi in a fashion or form,
Mm-hmm.
and be like the fact that he willingly sacrifices his life and gives Rumi his soul to protect her and to give her a fighting chance against our main bad guy. And
I'm going to modify this second like a tiny bit because I realized it's not just their relationship. It is the relationships between all the characters because along with Genu and Rumi,
agreed.
I love the relationship between Rumi, Zoe, and Mira just as much. I love how they even when they're angry at each other, they come back.
Yeah.
As soon as, because you get right down to it, Rumi pretty much betrayed them hard by hiding the her demon side, and they are so scared of that part of it and don't know how much they can actually trust her that they are prepared to attack her in that one scene. Though you'll notice neither Zoe nor Mira want to. I mean, Zoe doesn't even summon all her knives
Right.
for that. But then the minute Rumi is singing that at the very end, you see the spell on them break, and it's like, yeah, we're just as together as we always have been.
Yeah.
Which
So
I
yeah,
think is
the
a sign
relationships in general.
It was good writing that brought
Yeah,
the
it is.
relationship. You know,
Agreed.
it wasn't like sometimes these movies are more for kids. It's like, okay, why are we rooting for this? Like, and like they made you care about these three fictional girls.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And in some that was the way that the music played out. Also, you get their backstory. In the first song, you get their backstory about. You realize that the one girl, she comes from a split fam, or she's got the split world thing going on.
Yeah.
Later, she's like, you know, half American, half Korean, whatever. You have the other one that seems to be like an outcast for a family, and so they build that, and then they see that they genuinely care about each other. And again, it's good writing. I think that's something we're
It is very
missing
good
in
writing.
a lot of stuff today. Is I forgot we were watching something the other day. I forgot what it was, and I apologize. But like there was a character that died, and I'm literally going, why should I care about that? Why should I care about this particular character who passed away?
Mm-hmm.
My wife just came in, so she distracted me. But it's just again, just good writing for it.
It is.
Yeah.
It's incredible writing.
But as much as we like this film, we do have to talk about some things we don't like about it. So, Dallas, what's your first dislike for this film?
My first dislike for this film, as much as I like the writing, there are a couple things that I left me going, what's happening with some of the stuff? Like we never got an explanation as to who Rumi's dad and mother were.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And you know, you were like, okay, like how did this happen?
Well, we know her mother was one of the Sunlight Sisters,
yes, but
namely the one that wasn't Celine or the one that kind of looked like Zoe. It was the other one.
right, but we don't know anything about like how she got in a relationship with the dad, what
Yeah.
happened there, and you're like, what's taking place here? And I just didn't really care for that aspect of it. Also, I felt like again, there was just stuff that was unanswered throughout it.
Yeah,
that were
agreed.
just like I need more of this, and thank goodness we're getting a sequel. Hopefully, they deal with some of these things.
Mhm.
I don't want a sequel though. I want a prequel.
Yes.
That's what I want. I want a prequel to all of this.
I would take a K-pop Demon Hunter set during Celine's time.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Going
Yeah.
through the eras, going
Mhm.
backwards.
Yeah.
I think that would be an interesting way going forward with it. If not a movie series, a like an actual series.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that would be a fascinating way to do it. Just to have answers to this world that we have it around us. And I appreciate that they weren't trying to, for lack of a better term, handhold us through the entire world and go, this is this is that, and have. I think that having the tiger and the bird narrate would have distracted from the story.
Yeah, it would have. It would have.
But it still left me going, what? Where are we?
What exactly is going on?
I will say, if they ever did a novelization of this, which I would read in a heartbeat, that should be narrated by Derpy and Sussy. But the movie itself, I'm fine with it not being.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about the audiobook. Who's going to do the audiobook?
It's got to be dual, because you got to have one person reading for Derpy, the other person reading for Sussy.
They have those.
Yeah, they do.
It'd be funny.
All I hear is like Derpy just roar, 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 roar.
I am curious what his voice would be. It would be hysterical. It would throw it off though. At the same time, it'd be absolutely hysterical.
Well, my brain for that always goes to which way did he go, George? Which way did he go? I'm going to hug him and kiss him and make him my friend. You know what I'm talking about. The Of Mice and Men key guy.
Yeah. But like at the same time, it'd be hysterical if like, and it'd have to be established in a movie where we see it, where we realize that the Derpy one's actually very sophisticated. He's always like, actually.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a thing.
Or they could go
high British.
They could Pinky in the Brain it, maybe.
Yeah.
With Sussy being the brain and Derpy being Pinky.
Yeah.
In fact, if somebody wants to do like a fan animation synced up to some Pinky in the Brain audio with those characters,
do you know
I'd
what
be
we're going
I'm
to
here
do
for
tonight.
it.
I don't know.
Gee, Sussy, what are we going to do tonight? The same thing we do every night, Derpy. Hang out with the K-pop demon hunters.
Wait for Gino to do something.
Sussy, are you ever going to give me back my hat? No.
What? I like it.
Oh, good stuff. That's my dislike.
Jacob, what's your first dislike?
My first dislike is the same thing that Dallas was talking about, because we don't get a whole lot of backstory when it comes to like Ruby's parentage. And it's just like, okay, I want to hear that story. Give me that story, please. Because it felt like something was truly missing.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, she's half demon. Okay, give us that story, at least in a flashback or something. And like I said, be like, I love the idea of like, maybe doing novelization, maybe doing a prequel or something like that, giving us that information. But it's like you just kind of drop it. It's mentioned every once in a while, but we don't know the full story. And I want that story. Give me the story. That's my first dislike. Same way with Dallas.
So the only reason this is not making my dislike list is because this is kind of what a good story does. It makes you want to know more. What they did skip out on this are the things that didn't make sense to go into, that would distract from the story they were telling.
Agreed.
So yeah, I want to know who Derpy. I want to know who I do want a backstory for Derpy and Sussy. Let's be honest. But I do want backstory for all three girls. I do want to know what's the deal with Rumi's dad. I want to know more about what Genu was doing back 400 years ago. I really want that story fleshed out well. What's the story with the other four Saja boys? Because they have literally no other characterization behind their name.
Right.
I do want all of this, but at the same time, it wasn't important to this story that much. So I can kind of go, okay, you said what we needed to know to move on. So that's why that's not on my dislike list.
I give you that.
Fair.
What is on my dislike list that they left out that I kind of wish, and I'm not wanting much. I want to know at what point from the time Rumi left Celine at the tree to when she says, so we can make a new one, did she decide she wanted to save everybody? Because she went from kill me because you should have years ago, to that level of depression to I'm about to kick some butt. Granted, there is a whole scene in there of, all of Your Idol playing in that. There's time for that could have happened while she was in transit between the locations. Don't get me wrong, but literally that whole scene, it really does. Granted, it does work great as, oh, what's going to happen? What's she going to say? And all of a sudden she turns it around. It's like, the Han Moon's destroyed so we can make a new one. And it's like, that's a great little moment. But at the same time, it's like, is there any clue that she figured out maybe it's not as bad as it feels?
Right.
Maybe this is the start of something. Yeah, the what happened before that was bad. This is a brand new start, admittedly, but there's never a point in there where we even see a flicker of a thought crossing my mind. It's like, maybe I need to accept this about myself.
Right.
Because that was the whole deal. That was all her shame was. Why her demon marks kept growing is she was ashamed of her heritage.
Right.
Because she'd been told to hide it all her life. And as things were getting ready and things were finally about to be fixed, it got worse to the point where she wasn't going to be able to fix it unless she could somehow find some way to be able to hit those high notes. And then and so she's feeling so she's at her lowest point, it feels like, when she's talking to Guima in the stadium, and there's no clear point where it's like, except when she blinks and both her eyes are back to normal and she says, so we can make a new one, that's the only point we get where it's like things have changed.
Right.
That her outlook on this has changed.
Yeah.
I want just a little something. It doesn't have to be much. Granted, in the scene before this, there is the yelling argument she's having with Celine, where she says, why couldn't you accept me? Why couldn't you have loved me? All of me.
Yeah.
And I guess that might be some of it, where if it was crossing my mind, but it's like, would it have been too much just to animate like maybe a small eye pop before she teleported away? Like
Right.
We don't even get that. It's a nitpick. Do not get me wrong. I do
right.
like the way it turned out, and really, as soon as that moment is past, no notes. Perfect. Right. I love the ending of this film, but it just seems like there's a missed opportunity to let us know something's about to happen.
Right.
And I kind of just wish we'd have gotten that, just because I don't that would have felt more real. Maybe.
Fair.
Granted, you get to the part there in the middle of the song. Like I said, that's pretty much the big musical climax, and it's all kind of fitting together. It really would not have fit for her to have that realization there.
Yeah.
But in the tree scene, I would like to at least have seen some sort of realizations like, oh, that's how we win. Don't point it out to us. Don't make it, keep it subtle.
Yeah.
But still do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's something to it if it was subtle.
Yeah, I'm not wanting her to go, oh,
yeah,
and then teleport away. I want her to go that kind of thing. Like,
I think
a realization hit her.
People underestimate the amount of storytelling can be done with small gestures, and that could be monumental. And I think that is cards on the table. I don't have a second dislike other than the fact that
fair.
It is hard to come up with dislikes for this.
Is fair.
But it boils down to some of the stuff that we're complaining about boils down to small animation things they could have added. And again, if somebody's watching this and they clip this later, they're like, oh, they hated it. No,
we absolutely love this film.
Genuinely enjoy it. It's just the small things. It's like a small animation here, a small animation there could have added to what Drew was talking about, because that is a jumping point where it's like here, you know.
Yeah, it's like we go 180 degrees. And granted, I like the way the scene plays out in between Your Idol and This Is What It Sounds Like. I do like that, but I feel like it's hampered a little bit without at least some knowledge that going into that she's not fully ready to die.
Right.
Yeah.
Not much, because you want to keep it, like I said, you want it subtle. Just a quick opening of the eye, a widening of the eyes, basically, before she teleported away earlier is all I want.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is not the first time we've had a hard time coming up with dislikes on this show. These are all nitpicks, I think.
That is fair. So my second dislike is going to play right into yours, Drew.
Okay.
Is the fact you have this encounter between Rumi and Celine, where
Mhm.
be like she meets her, be like there's a confrontation. Is Rumi seems to be like going full into the dark side. She's giving into her demonic heritage, and it has this gloom of like even what she says at the very end before she disappears to quote the Joker or quote Alfred from The Dark Knight. I mean, like some people just want to watch the world burn,
Mhm.
and it's just like that's what Rumi had this more of an air of be like just let it go and build something new out of it,
Yeah.
and be like, and then you have the juxtaposition between the the stadium scene and there it's just more. It's okay. But like, what was the transition?
Yeah.
And be like, I again, like Drew said, be like, I enjoyed the conclusion to that, but there was this very not a jump cut, but it was more like, okay, be like, what are they going to do with this? And they just kind of go under the direction. It's like, yeah,
Mhm.
if that made any sense.
Yeah, I follow.
Yeah, and again, it does link up to his thing. Is like,
Yeah.
and it really boils down to what we're all saying is there are moments that are unexplained, whether
Yeah.
they're
Mhm.
backstory or
Exactly.
transitions from here to there.
Yeah.
And they're small things, they're minor things.
Mhm.
But if you're watching it with a critical eye, you're going, and that's part of the problem with watching with a
Yeah.
critical eye, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Because again, and
Well, I will say in my first watch, which I did not watch with a critical eye the first time through,
Mhm.
this was something that stood out to me. It's like, whoa, that was a quick transition.
right,
It felt, in fact, in that first viewing from about a month or two ago,
Mhm.
there's a lot of moments where I felt like that was a bit fast than
Mhm.
what maybe was necessary.
Mm.
Right.
But watching it this time, that's the only one that really stood out to me. So,
Right.
Yeah, because everything in this movie is like very sharp paced, be like it's
Mhm.
nicely keeping rhythm of what's going on.
Yeah,
And you got that
definitely.
one scene. It's like, oh, okay, this is where Ruby
Yeah.
turns to the dark side and just boop, transition to something else. It's like, could we got something a little bit to just do a better transition to that? It was a great scene, but it's just never. It's not. The transition is a little bit weird. That's
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it.
My second and last dislike, and I will fully admit that this is a me thing. No one else is going to care about this, probably. There might be a few people, but for the most part, no one's going to care about this.
Yeah.
I have watched anime seriously for at least 20 years. A little bit more than that for some things where I was more watching them as for fun more than anything else. But for the most part, I've watched anime seriously for 20 years. And I've heard many J-pop songs with where they will bounce back. They're in Japanese. I want them in Japanese, and they have an English lyric here and there, which always to me sounded weird. That's just a me thing, but I'm used to that.
Yeah.
I'm also used to seeing these things subtitled, so that I know what is actually being said, what the purpose song. It helps me enjoy the song more when I know what the words are.
Mm-hmm.
When I first watched this, I was like, oh, they've got some words in Korean. Fair enough. That's how you do things. It's the opposite of what we normally see in anime, where all the words are in Japanese or Korean, and then they have a random English phrase because they like how it sounds. This is the backwards of that, where it's mostly in English, but we have a Korean phrase in there. It's
Right.
like, okay, fine, I can live with that. I watched for this the sing-along version because I was curious
Mm-hmm.
if they went ahead and put a subtitle in to show what those words are along with the actual Korean words.
Yeah.
And they don't. The subtitles on both versions do not ever translate the Korean lyrics. The Netflix lyric videos on YouTube do not translate the Korean in this. When you Google, and this is not even the movie at this point, this is the internet failing me. If you Google the lyrics for any of these songs, they don't translate it, which that makes sense. But if you go and type in English, they literally will, instead of putting the Korean letters up, put up the Roman letters, regular letters, but it's still in Korean. As I went through so much stinking trouble just trying to find out stuff. Admittedly, I could have just popped this out, put on Google Translate on the sing along version, and found out what these words were. But I should be able to Google this stuff. I shouldn't have to type. Even when I typed in,
Do you want me to send you a video that explains it?
no, I've already gone to that far. But the fact of the matter is,
Because I found it for
the
you.
matter is, I had to do too much work at this point to find, because not even
That's
they
fair.
were, it's annoying how so I'm fine with like they do the same thing in Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse with Miguel and his mom, where they'll speak in Spanish back and forth to each other and not translate it. You don't really need to know what that is, because you get you understand, at least in emotion and feeling, what they're saying.
Right.
And for the most part, it's fine here in that instance too. But I just like to know if I'm going to sing along with this song, even though I'm probably not going to sing the Korean words correctly to begin with. I just want to make sure I'm not saying something I don't want to say, you know?
That's honestly,
And it should be easy for me to do that.
That's honestly a fair correction. And now I did Google and I found it pretty quickly just now, just typing in K-pop Demon Hunter English translation. But it's a recent article.
It may be fixed by now, because I
Yeah.
haven't really looked for this in like 2 weeks.
That is something that I encourage all people when you're into music that's foreign, look it up, what they're singing and everything like that. I mentioned earlier at the top of the show my favorite artist, T-Bone. Now, he has a history of doing good music, Christian music, so I trust it. I'll get it. I have his whole album that's in Spanish.
Mhm.
But I still do the due diligence to go back and research it and to go what's being said. And so I'm with you. Like, it should be easier for us to find that, at least for parents out there. To go, what's my kid singing? Like I'd rather a parent be mad about songs and they know what's going on. than not. And so
Otherwise, we get into more weird satanic panic that doesn't need to happen.
Yes.
Yes. So that's a fair critique, though.
But then that's not necessarily a critique of the movie. That's a critique of modern practices that bug me.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's, I think, the last of the dislikes that we have for the movie.
Dig.
What are we rating this, Dallas?
What's our scale?
We from 0 to 10, rounded to the nearest 0.5.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna give it a 8.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it 8. I think it's a good movie. It's fun. It's catchy as all get out. Now, just by nature of what I normally watch, I'm not gonna just throw it in all the time. And be like, I need to watch this. But it's a great movie, and I know Retro's in the chat.
He's already saying 3.5, but he hadn't watched the movie, so we ignore Roy.
That's okay. You know, he thought that Mothman Prophecy was good, and you know. His wife froze him in carbonite afterwards, so we can't trust that opinion. So
anything Roy.
As a whole, it's a good movie. It's fun. The messaging's great in it. It's the music's on point. The animation's gorgeous, and as somebody who enjoys from a technical side of the animation, it's fantastic. And I encourage people to watch it.
Jacob?
9.5. I absolutely adore this movie. It's like, you go story, animation, music, everything about this. Be like, yeah, you can nitpick little things to death. But like, as a movie, as a musical, as this, it is just solid as can be when it comes to everything in the film. Yeah, again, there are little problems here and there, but that's every film. I can nitpick Back to the Future to death, but I still enjoy it. It's my favorite film of all time. But overall, this is a fantastic film. Go watch it. Be like, next week, if you have the chance, go watch it in theaters.
Yes,
right.
And maybe they'll give us a physical release.
Word. Word.
Netflix will do that every once in a while.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zenaroshi. He's in the chat. He says
Mhm.
concise, well told, and clean, very catchy and child friendly for the most part. Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that he gives it an 8.5 or 9 in his opinion.
Nice.
See, that's a good review, Retro. That's how you do that.
Yeah. I too
love
am
you,
going.
Francisco.
I too am going to give this a 9.5. I can't give it a perfect 10, unfortunately.
That's fair.
As much as I like this, there are little things. It's like, I'm sorry, this isn't as good as Totoro, which is the only other film I've rated a 10. But I do love this movie. It's a fun one. I can tell you whenever the sequel releases, I will probably be watching it day one.
Probably.
Because I'm sold on this. I'm probably going to rewatch this film in about 6 months. For
Also,
being
the
honest.
sequel is done as well as the Spider-Verse sequels were done.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, I
I'm
hope the Spider-Verse sequel comes out soon.
I am scared with Netflix involvement that there will be a cash grab that does not pay off well.
Yeah.
And that is my only fear about this property right now. Because again, it's fun. It's great.
We do know a sequel is in production,
Mhm.
at least at least in pre-production. You know, Maggie Kang is working on it,
Mm-hmm.
and she does have an idea for where to go with it. So hopefully, this is all going to come out good, and I won't just be kicking myself for seeing a film that's not as good as the original. But
Right.
Mhm.
that's always what you run into with sequels, or the risk you run, because it could be not so good.
That's true.
True story.
Or it could, give us the reverse and give us Spider-Man 2.
That's always true.
That is always true. It could be better.
That would be great.
It would.
So
Zenroshi's asking for a sequel that explains the magic system a little better.
I would take an anime or a series that does that. But-
anime.
Oh yeah, I'd take a two. An anime. It could be a 3D anime, but I'd like a 2D anime for this. Would be fun.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think.
trying to think.
Yeah.
Who would want to do that though, stylistically?
I mean, my first thought was the people behind Kaiju number 8, but that's a little that's not quite the style.
No, but that's a beautiful style. It will almost fit with the roundness of the faces.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's interesting. That's an interesting thought.
And they're Korean, so
True. It helps.
we were originally next week going to review Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island,
Mhm.
but unfortunately, because I'm moving,
Mhm.
we're unable to actually make that fit into the schedule. I might be in the apartment by recording time next week. I'm not going to guarantee I'm going to have had time to watch it and Outlaw Star. So yeah, we are going to try again next year with Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. And I will go ahead and tell you that because we were originally planning on doing that as we were going to have Retro, and I think Ashley was going to be on that episode. They pretty much have top. They're pretty much going to be the ones I go to. It's like, okay, when will this work for y'all? They're my go-tos on that next year. So
Word.
keep that in mind, Retro. Don't let me forget. Don't let me do to you what I nearly did to Dallas.
Well, thankfully Dallas is flexible enough, and it's like, oh yeah, I want some deep
and I will,
K-pop.
and I will say, Dallas, whenever we get around to Lupin the Third Mystery of Mamo, you're on my first call on that as well.
Sounds good, man.
Which means I technically got you on first call for 2 movies because you're also my first call whenever we get around to Muppets from Space,
Let's do it.
which is hopefully next year.
I just noticed the connection between the two. It's just that the music is just a bop in both situations.
Fair
And that's
enough.
Why I like them.
Fair enough. But in 2 weeks, we're
2
going to
weeks.
be in the middle of
2 weeks.
our final Studio Ghibli month.
Oh,
We literally have 3 movies left.
at the moment.
Well, until there's a sequel to a movie that make after Boy and the Heron.
Yeah.
But next on our first episode, which is currently scheduled for November 7th, we're going to be looking at When Marnie Was There. I know
sorry.
nothing about this film.
When Barney was there?
Marnie.
Marnie.
I don't know who Marnie is. I literally know nothing about this film.
Maybe it's
Other than it came
Barney's-
out Other
Long
than it
lost
came,
cousin.
all I know is it came out in the last 7 years.
Hmm.
Literally all I know about it, and it's I think it's Goro Miyazaki.
Is it better animation than that weird show you guys did the Christmas movie that you guys did the other day?
That yes, far better, far better. Kids.
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Far
That-
better.
Be like for a moment there, it left my consciousness for a moment. Then it flooded back. It's like, oh my gosh, the bleach. Where's the bleach?
I did pitch that to
I fully regret putting that movie on the show.
I pitched it to John Haryu, and he said that's too much of a low-hanging fruit for the
Oh
show.
jeez.
He dumpster fired it immediately before we. even
You
did the
know
show.
what? That's fair.
That is completely fair.
And while I gladly would have thrown myself on that dumpster fire to record that episode with y'all, I'm glad I don't have to.
Shut that door.
I still don't have that on the soundboard.
You do. Oh my gosh, you need it.
I
Yes.
need to get it on there because
Yes,
that
yes.
is weird. Although I'm still hoping y'all eventually get around to Dragon Ball Evolution because I want to rip that one a new one.
Man,
I know you have reasons to like it, but or you have defense of it, but at the same time. So yeah, we're gonna hit the bumpers and then talk about some Outlaw Star.
Outlaw Star.
This podcast is a proud member of Culture Box. Whether you enjoy geeky reviews, comedy, or original fiction, you can open up the Culture Box and find something excellent for your soul. Point your web browser to culturebox.media.
This week we suggest checking out Geek Devotions.
Who would have thought?
Geek Devotions is a collaboration of devoted geeks that are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. They produce a weekly geek culture infused devotional, their podcast, Comtalk, and written articles, all designed to encourage and challenge people in their geek communities, bridging the gap between their faith and their geekdoms. You can find all of their content at geekdevotions.com. The Cellcast would also like to thank the following patrons: PaulJPowers.com,
Thank you.
the Monster Island Film Vault,
Thanks, Nate.
said that one wrong. Edwin Gonzalez
Thank you.
and Artsy Steph.
Thank you,
If
Artsy.
you would like to have your name shouted out on the show, some special art from Jacob,
When I get around to
and
it.
uncut episodes, you can donate to us on the $5 level on Patreon, or for an additional $5, you can force us to watch a movie within reason. We do reserve the right to say no.
Yes.
But you can also be on that episode when we review it. Unfortunately, all our 2015 episodes are called for, but you can go ahead and get on the 2016.
Mhm.
And I will say, if you do not want to donate to us on Patreon, get with me. We will make it work.
Yes.
Also, check out our merch store over on Redbubble. Buy some t-shirts, some stickers, all that kind of cool stuff. And check out Jacob when his Like an Artist streams continue. And hang out with me on Twitch, on Cellcast Gaming, or Facebook, or all the other places. As I'm playing Dragon Quest III by February, I now know when I have to beat the game by, because that's when that review is going up. So I may have to play a little off stream, but yeah, join us for that.
And I would have to say, because I have been out for 3 weeks. Well, not with the.
You've had a good reason.
I've had a good reason for being, kind of down. But the thought is like, wait a minute, I've had all this downtime with, having surgeries and complications or whatever. You think I'd have time to draw like, stuff for Patreon and that kind of stuff? Nope.
Hey, when
paint
you're
outrights the pencil.
that's very,
Fair.
very fair.
That's fair.
Anyway,
But
he does
art
do
should be
commission
coming
work.
up.
But he does do commission work.
I do commission
Yes.
work, yes. So if you are interested within reason, let me know.
I'm just trying to get that Spawn picture from you.
Oh gosh. I'll
at
be
this
like,
point, why don't you just ship it?
Just come
Or you
over
still
and
got to get a print of it, don't you?
yeah,
That's
still
the
need to
problem.
get- I need to talk to another print shop,
Mhm.
because the one I was talking to, it's like, oh, I can get you like 4 of them for like $4, like $40, but it's all limited runs. I'm like, be like, I might have to do that, but it's more the paper quality isn't gonna be the great.
Mhm.
He's not guaranteeing consistency. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Let me reach out to a buddy of mine. I have two
Okay.
guys that I go to cons with, and they have great help. One of the guys, he makes a phone call, and in 4 days, he has all of his stuff ready to go sent to him.
Okay.
Nice.
And it's great quality stuff. So let me reach out to them and ask them.
Yeah, if you would. Appreciate it.
In the meantime,
In the meantime,
Welcome to the future. Transferring to autopilot mode. A place where good guys finish last.
I'll make them wish they'd never been born.
A quick draw is the best effect. Nothing personal, but I'm here to kill you. And your wits are all you can count on. A future where one treasure is coveted above all else.
Tell me the coordinates of the galactic ley line.
Legend speaks of the galactic ley line, offering the ultimate power of the universe to those who seek its glory.
The doors have opened.
Utilizing the latest technology, a living starship has been built with the power to find the galactic ley line.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All systems green.
By twist of fate, it has fallen into the hands of an outlaw. An outlaw named Gene Starwind.
Well, let's blow some hot kisses to my devoted fans.
His luck is about to change. Goodbye, Gene. Together with his crew of bounty hunters, he'll take to the stars.
Accelerate and fly down their throats.
Outlaw Star. Weekdays at 5:30. Time to roll the dice. Only Toonami.
I still would like to point out I never saw this when it was on daytime Toonami.
really?
I only ever saw this on Adult Swim.
Okay.
Just blows my mind that that's the only place I ever saw it.
And the fact that Peter Cullen does the narration for all of that, it's just like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, yes.
Oh, he's great.
Anyway, The Beast Girl Ready to Pounce. Written by Hajime Yatate and directed by Mitsuru Hongo. In this episode, the crew of the Outlaw Star travel back to Blue Heaven, and Swanzo agrees to paint and outfit the ship with a registration ID in order to pay a pass debt to Hilda. Aisha Clan, now broke and homeless, shows up and demands the coordinates of the galactic ley line, which Gene is unable to provide. The crew take Aisha out to dinner, seemingly out of pity, but after the Kataro still insists on placing them under arrest, Gene ends up shooting her and leaving her with the restaurant bill. Afterwards, the group returns to the now-painted grappler ship. They discuss future dangers with Swanzo regarding the K-Pirates before setting off for Sentinel. The trivia I have for this, as a Kataro, Aisha Clan can transform into an animal form as long as there's a moon, which Blue Heaven doesn't have, so we don't get to see her transform in this episode.
Shut.
Shame. Aisha Clan also does not like being called an animal, as we saw.
Mhm.
And in this episode, Aisha claims that she's immortal, which, considering she did survive that shot from the caster gun at point blank range, I might be willing to believe.
That's fair. That's fair.
What are y'all's thoughts on this episode, Dallas?
Well, again,
And I should ask: have you ever watched Outlaw Star before?
I watched it as a wee lad when it was on daytime Toonami, I mistakenly, because I forgot about it, I mistakenly blended this with Cowboy Bebop.
I can
Otherwise-
understand how you did
course.
that.
It's the songs, it's the feel of things.
It's the same production same animation company at the same time
Yeah,
because they were
So-
made at the same time.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so there's a blend in my head, but this really is the anime Firefly.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yeah, agreed.
This and Firefly definitely share the same inspirations.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so it's now for context for rewatching this, I watched episode 5 and 6 par request. I have not watched episodes 1 through 4 since I was 16 years old.
Fair.
Not 40. And so some blurriness of mind, and the only way I could find this was on a YouTube playlist. And
Yeah,
this
because-
episode was broken up into 3 parts at 480p and in Japanese.
Yeah, I should
Ooh.
point out that Jacob's watching this on my old DVDs
Mhm.
that I
Nice.
gave him 5 years ago.
Yeah, about 5 years ago.
And when
Which
I
I
bought
appreciate.
the Blu-ray version that Funimation put out,
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't
Respect.
unwrap until we got ready to review this, but
I
it
respect
happens.
It does.
So,
But unfortunately, you can't find this anywhere. I even when Dallas was telling me this, because I didn't think to do any of the research of where to find this stuff beforehand. I just assumed Crunchyroll had it, and
Right.
find out Crunchyroll doesn't have it because Funimation was a bunch of dunderheads, or Crunchyroll's a bunch of dunderheads, one of the two, or we
Right.
could just blame Sony. This is a Sony episode, and Sony blew this one up.
yes.
You can't find this anywhere except for Amazon. I think you can technically buy it on.
Mm.
I no, it's not on Amazon. Or you
Really?
you can buy the DVD, the Blu-rays on Amazon, but
Right, 'cause
Amazon
those
Prime
are
doesn't have it.
Yeah, Prime doesn't have it. I want to say I did see it like it was on Apple of all places.
Maybe, but
But at the same time,
either
I didn't realize you could not find this anywhere.
way, it's fine.
G Kids needs to hurry up and release this, like they did with Evangelion and with, as we recently found it, because we have not since we don't have a news segment. If you remember that that movie we really like that I introduced you to, that Summer Wars,
Yes.
that was out of print.
Oh yeah.
It's back in print
Yes.
by G Kids.
Yes.
So go get that. Sorry,
Interesting.
it is on
Oh.
Apple TV, by the way.
Interesting. Apparently, if I'm using a VPN, I can watch this on Crunchyroll. If I'm in, if you happen to be using for security reasons a VPN in the UK, not telling you to do anything you shouldn't be doing.
Right.
But that being said, no, the this episode itself was fun. Again, I'm a little blurry on the details, and not just because it was in 480p, but
In another language.
Yeah.
but it was interesting. I've forgotten the humor that's in this. And,
Oh, yeah.
There were several moments where like homegirl's just like, I'm gonna do this, and it's like womp womp womp.
Yeah. Admittedly, it's high here with Aisha Clan.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. She's
So,
literally
like
the
like
the entire episode's like just
Like-
one rolling comedy with
Like-
Aisha involved.
like I'm watching this and going, does she ever get a serious episode? I'm now wondering because I don't remember.
I think she does at one point.
I assume they have to give her at least one solid. Here's why you should love this character episode.
Maybe.
Here, but for the most part, it's like I am going to capture Gene Starwind because he stole, he ruined, he played chicken with me in the middle of the thing, and it's all Hilda's fault. But he's the one who knows where the stuff is.
Right.
Assumption makes this all look like
Artsy,
Buttheads.
Artsy Steph says you love her because she is Kitty. You're not entirely wrong.
Thank you, Artsy.
That happened.
I'm a cat guy, so I don't care.
Pussycat, pussycat, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hey, man hath known no love like the tolerance of a cat.
Until said cat decides to devour your hand.
I said tolerance. Anyway, sorry, Dallas. What were you
It's all
saying?
good. It's funny. No, again, it was a fun episode. I enjoyed it, and I love the art of it and
Yeah.
the music.
Mhm.
Like, the fact that Gene has this this phobia of space is hysterical to me. I'd
Mm.
forgotten that was a plot line. In this.
Except when he's in the Outlaw Star itself.
yeah,
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 some
yeah.
reason it's calming.
yeah. Well, it's because it's
Well-
closed in. And so-
Yeah, it's even more closed than the other ship.
If I, admittedly, like I said, it's been like Dallas said, like 20 years since I actually watched the show.
Mhm.
Despite the fact this is the one that made me first start treating anime as a serious form of entertainment, and not just
Yeah.
Japanese cartoons. At the same time, I don't remember where this goes, other than I know by the end of it, or I suspect by the end of it, they do find the galactic ley line.
Mm.
But I have a feeling, and if I'm guessing this right, don't tell me. And if I'm guessing it wrong, don't tell me. But I suspect the reason Gene doesn't have a problem in this ship is because his dad built it. That's my theory. His dad was somehow involved in its construction. That's my theory.
I don't know.
I'm checking something right now. Not bad. But
Yeah.
there's something that's in my head now. Keep going. Keep talking. So
Jacob,
that's what I liked about it.
I remember watching this on Toonami. Remember watching it on Toonami. I think I caught it on Adult Swim at some
Mhm.
point. But I watched it when Drew gave me the DVD set. And I was like, you know what? Just going to rewatch this. And like, it's good. Again, it does have more of a reminiscent. It has more of a feeling of Cowboy Bebop. And I completely understand that. Or
Mhm.
Samurai Champloo or something like that. Has that
Yeah.
same like overall feeling or vibe.
It's the anime boom. When you
Yeah,
get
it's
right
the
down to it.
anime
It's the
boom.
general feel the entire anime boom had.
Yeah, I want to say this is like the mid to late 90s when this came out.
This was made in Japan in 98. It was
Yeah.
released in America
Mm.
in 2001.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
And I saw it in 2002 when it was on Adult Swim.
The
After-
same year I graduated high school.
Admittedly, I was catching it after long nights of football games having marched. So I
Fair.
didn't even get to see the thing in order. So
Fair. I really enjoy this episode because they're gonna be like, you get Aisha Clan, who is this crazy cat girl or crazy cat, whatever you want to
she's a
call
cat girl.
cat girl. She's a cat girl. That has all this bravado to be like, oh, I'm this and I'm this. And the realization that Blue Haven doesn't have a moon, and it's like that cracked me up. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Of course, Blue Heaven doesn't have a moon. It's an asteroid.
Oh
Kind of
my
is a
god.
moon. Oh.
That's no moon.
Moon?
That's Blue Heaven.
Oh, if you think about it, it's like it's one little comedic gag after another.
Oh yeah.
It's like characters explain that be like you have this one little intimate moment between Jean and come on, not I want to say Myrna, but it's not Myrna.
Malfina.
Malfina, thank you. Malfina. Again, I am terrible with names, people. I apologize. Malfina. And you have this little moment where Malfina is trying to figure out who she is and why she was
Mhm.
created.
Yeah, because this is the first episode where they even mentioned that she's an android, technically.
Yeah, technically an android. But you know, this very sweet moment where Jean and Malfina are having this conversation and Jean giving his promise that he's gonna watch after her and take care of her. And then, of course, Aisha shows up, more shenanigans ensue. The fact to be like you do see the strength of this character, and she finally just burns out. She burns out on all of her energy, and it's like, oh yeah, take her to dinner, and she's consuming everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more apropos. It's like, oh, here's a caster shell. Oh, we'll just use it. Bam.
Go ahead and use it, Gene. Oh, you've got one? Yeah, it's a number 12. It's fairly expensive, but I'm really getting tired of this girl.
I think it's worth it. Take her out, please. And
It's
be like,
I hate to tell you this, Jim. You better get used to her.
But yeah, it's great.
The opening sequence alone tells me she's going to be around a while.
just a little bit, just a little bit. I thoroughly enjoy this episode. It's a lot of fun. Definitely Aisha gets her comeuppance with be like, oh, you get stuck with the bill, you gotta wash the dishes. Those are always fun scenes.
Yes.
But yeah, it's overall it's a good story. Good
Right.
episode.
I do enjoy this one. I think this, granted, it's hard to say this is a filler episode considering I don't know how the manga did it originally, or if this is added, but this does feel like a nice little side story while they're trying to get the ship ready to go.
Mhm.
And it makes sense. They come back to where Aisha was, and Aisha would be looking for them. So I enjoy the back and forth between them, and Aisha's just doing the best she can, and it's not enough. But yeah, the like you said, the moment there between Jean and Melfina, where he says, "Yeah, I'm going to protect you one way or another. I'm going to help you find the answers that you're looking for." And then you get to the reveal at the end of the Outlaw Star for the first time, painted in the colors that I'm used to seeing. It's a great reveal, hero ship reveal moment.
Agreed.
Mhm.
That I really enjoyed. So yeah. Also, for some reason, Melfina's not in her tube when they take off from Blue Heaven, which confused me.
That is
but
true.
That's beside the
That
point.
was a little odd.
Yeah.
I thought she had to be in there for navigation. when they moved, but apparently not. So yeah, I did enjoy this episode. It's a fun one.
Right.
So why don't we go ahead and move on to the next one, which is The Beautiful Assassin, written by Hajime Yatate and directed by Mitsuru Hongo. In this episode, Jean and Jim meet up with an old friend, a wealthy businessman named Fred Lowe, who has become the target of a female assassin named Twilight Suzuka. Jean agrees to protect Fred in exchange for munitions and ends up beating Suzuka in a duel. Suzuka agrees to leave Fred alone as long as Jean is alive and vows to kill him instead. New cast. Well, this first one is not technically new because Wendy Lee has been in the show already before as she played the little girl Taoist pirate.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But she returns here as Twilight Suzuka.
Gotcha.
Also, we have Urza Wise playing Fred Lowe.
Fred.
And then Fred is in a lot of these episodes, if I remember
Yes,
correctly.
he is. He's in these episodes a lot. Oh my gosh.
Cartoon Network censored references to Suzuka being an assassin in her first appearance in this episode, and throughout Outlaw Star when the series first aired on Toonami, daytime and first Adult Swim run only. The 2018 version release was reversed these cuts. However, the edits weren't consistent, and few references to Suzuka being an assassin did manage to slip by.
I'm trying to figure out how you explain her whole character.
I would love to know
Yeah,
that too.
exactly.
How do you make her not an assassin?
Exactly.
Like,
It's like
just like a disgruntled,
a disgruntled bounty hunter.
yeah.
She's like, I bought
I mean-
something from you, and
I mean,
it
she
sucks.
does have a wooden sword. So I mean, your first thought is, well, that can't hurt until you see her cut that truck in half.
Good golly.
References to Fred's sexuality, specifically the scenes of Fred flirting with Jean, any dialogue that's suggesting that Fred is romantically interested in Jean, and an entire scene in this episode where he hugs Jim and tells him he can't wait to visit him when he gets older.
Oh,
These were all censored during Outlaw Star's run on Toonami.
I'm not surprised.
The 2018 version reversed these cuts, which means the version I watched reversed these cuts. I don't know if that was true for Jacob.
no, it was there.
Okay.
It was there.
Lastly, the character of Fred briefly appears with his two bodyguards in the very first episode of the anime Angel Links, which is technically set in the same universe,
Didn't know that.
which I didn't know either, other than it keeps coming up when I go to the Outlaw Star Wiki to do my research.
Yeah.
So what are y'all's thoughts on this episode? Dallas?
Man, that sword was ridiculous.
Especially
Yeah.
since it's wood.
She swings that sucker, and all of a sudden there's a crater in the ceiling. You're like, what is happening here?
What is this wood made of titanium?
I suspect there's some Taoist magic going
Right.
on with this.
Who knows?
I mean, she's not going Adwa Sampa like the others were doing, but
it was just good action. Like it was a
Agreed.
good action episode. Like, it was fun to watch.
Agreed. It was. I mean, I do agree. It is a fun little romp of an action. Honestly, I knew about Fred coming into it. I was like,
Mhm.
oh brother, and then that be
I
like,
did too.
oh my gosh, that. I mean, I understand why he's there. I understand he's the one connection that Gene has that he can get the things he needs, even though both him and Jim detest using this guy.
Right.
Mhm.
But he is their only connection to getting what they need.
Mhm.
And he is a thorn that is wedged tightly to make the plot go.
Yeah.
So
You get a like they mentioned him in the previous episode, and
They
you kinda-
did.
If you pay
Yeah.
attention, you connect the dots. You're like, oh, this guy's a creep, and
yeah, a little bit.
And admittedly, when I first watched this back in 2002, that's all I knew he was too.
Mhm.
I'm fairly certain I saw the unedited version, but apparently it just did not cross my mind back then
Yeah,
that he was gay.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I think overall it's a
I don't
good-
think I had met many. I don't think I'd met any gay people at that point.
Hmm.
So the fact that that was actually an actual thing was still more theoretical than anything else.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, overall, I did enjoy the episode. Be like with Suzuka and her, be like, oh, she has a contract. She has to kill Fred. Has to kill Fred. Hey, Fred. Haskell Fred and be like, obviously Gene steps in. It's like, hey, I may not exactly like Fred, but I'm going to protect him because, hey, it's the only way I can get things I need. And so,
especially like that point where after he gives them money, he says, "Oh, this is all you want? I can give you this for easy." And he just takes the thing back and starts writing. Says, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm writing back on the missiles back on the list that I initially took off because I didn't want to be greedy."
oh my gosh, be like, obviously you have this, wonderful little combat scene where it's Gene trying to outmaneuver Suzuka the entire time. And how does he defeat her is like takes her robe off or just unbounds her robe and takes her sword away.
Undoes her kimono, basically.
Undoes kimono. Better, that's a better use of word. But it's great. And then I like at the very end where Fred is like, it's like, oh, here's your bill. It's like, what? Be like, yeah, the master gave you a good 30% off. I'm like, oh,
you know why
good.
he gave you 30% off? I don't really want to know.
No,
Right.
Not really interested in that, but it's more like, oh, good one. He still be like, nice. I like that because you're led to believe that, oh, Fred's going to give you free because be like, oh, bodyguard, right? It's like, nope, he's still a businessman.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm still going to get money out of this.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but still, oh, that scene between Jim and Fred. Oh my gosh. Oh, either or. I overall really enjoyed this episode.
This is for the most part a fun episode.
Yes.
Twilight Suzuka has a great introduction in this one. They did a good job with bringing her in here and showing how she's going to be at least on the trail for the next couple episodes of the Outlaw Star and her crew. Like I said, it's a good episode. Y'all have pretty much touched on everything else you can talk about on this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, this is probably the first time I'd ever really run into a character from that community with Fred Lowe, but it's not even really that bad here, other than he's just creep. He's just very creepy. So yeah, it's a good episode. Looking forward to the next one, which is going to be, I just had it up.
Creeping Evil.
Yes, Creeping Evil and Forced Departure are our next two episodes. So join us in 2 weeks for that. Dallas, tell us about Geek Devotions.
Geek Devotions is a show from devoted geeks who are devoted to letting people know that they're loved. We take geek pop culture items like movies, video games, and comic books, and we create weekly devotionals that come out every Friday at 4 o'clock. We also do live streams on Twitch and YouTube every single Monday, roughly 7 o'clock, where we play video games, we pray for folks, and then we put out podcasts galore of different things, ranging from talking about terrible movies to anime to books to just geeky life. And you can find all of our information at geekdevotions.com.
All righty. Well, I guess in that case, unless we've got anything else we need to bring up, this has been Drew.
This is Jiggum.
I'm Dallas.
And we'll catch you in the next frame.
To follow Jacob and Drew's individual internet exploits, check out the Linktree links in the show notes. You can email us at thecellcastpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter or X at @cast_cell. Follow our Facebook page, The Cellcast Podcast, and join our Facebook group, The Cell Nation, our YouTube channel, Cellcast, and our Rumble channel, The Cellcast Gaming. You can join us every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central for our live recordings of our episodes on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. You can also join Drew on those same streaming channels on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central for gaming streams. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else fine podcasts can be downloaded from. Please rate and review us where you found us. Our theme song is Drop and Roll by Silent Partner. Our bad movie theme is It's Party Time by Gregory Snegoff, with additional audio from the film Titanic, the legend goes on. And remember, that's Cell with a single L.
There's Sussy and the Derp. Yes, Sussy and the Derp. One is a magpie, the other's a cat. And I don't have a good way to end this.
Not playing.
I guess that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you, Dallas, for joining us on the show. Let me see if I can find someone for our Twitch peoples to raid.
Raid.
I always forget to do this while the outro is going. So I don't even know who's on right now. We got Book of Gaming playing Arkham Asylum. Aki and Fam is doing D&D one-shots. I haven't done Aki and Fam in a while. We'll do that.
You could always raid Mystery Science Theater 3000.
That's or Rift Tracks for that matter.
True story.
Oh.
But we'll go hang out with the D&D group for a change.
Mm.
Do it.
So yeah, thank y'all for joining us, and we will catch y'all in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
At 7:30.
What's in the
apparently.
box?
Oh,
Yes, at
gosh,
7:30.
no. Oh my gosh.